Hello, this is Dr. Scott Graves. I'm an acupuncture physician and a holistic doctor, and I wanted to welcome you to video number 2 in this 3-part series on digestive health. And in this video, I wanted to talk to you specifically about a group of foods that are contained in what I call the Nasty 9. The Nasty 9 are composed of 9 different foods that contribute the absolute most to digestive problems and health problems in the world today. In the first video, I shared with you about a poll that was taken where 80% of people believed that they had either good, very good, or excellent eating habits. What's interesting about that is 70% of people in the United States today are dying from complications to cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, which are almost 95% preventable with the right eating habits. So there's a huge disconnect between people thinking they have good eating habits and actually what's occurring in their diet. And I see this all the time in the clinic. And so I wanted to specifically share in this video with you some of the things that are found in this group called the Nasty 9, which are contributing to the disease and health problems that we have in the world today. And these foods really are the Nasty 9. And interestingly enough, these food groups are foods that people generally consider to be healthy. But first, before we get into that, I really wanted to thank you guys for sending me emails, leaving comments, and asking lots of great questions. I really do appreciate the feedback, and so I really wanted to thank you for that. Good health is about having the right habits, the right lifestyle, the right activities that are constantly and consistently implemented. Because if you're out there and you've tried dieting before, you realize very, very quickly that dieting doesn't work. That's why I am not a fan of people going on any kind of diet whatsoever. I am a fan of people having a healthy lifestyle that's sustainable every single week of their life. Having the right information is the first step towards healing your digestion and the health problems you have. And I know firsthand what that's all about because I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition when I was 17 years old. And I remember asking the doctor at that time what caused it and what I can do to fix it. And he said, "We don't know what's causing it. Here's your prescription drug. You're going to have to take it for the rest of your life." And I never gave up trying to find answers, and I did eventually find the answers. I healed from an autoimmune condition, and that all starts with having the right information. And I've since then helped hundreds of other people to help heal them as well with the right kind of information and the right strategy so that they can heal their issues as well. One of my patients, Jean, which is not her real name, came into the clinic with severe stabbing pain in the upper stomach or epigastric area, extreme tiredness, and constipation. And when I was doing her intake, I found out that 3 weeks previous to seeing me, she had started the ketogenic diet. And a week after starting that, the pain had begun. And she went to the ER and spent thousands of dollars on tests to try to figure out what was at the root of the issue. And as soon as I heard that, I told her, "You need to stop that instantly." So she did. And what I also did is we identified foods that were a part of the Nasty 9 that I said to her were probably contributing to this issue. And with adding in some of the right healing foods, taking these foods that are a part of the Nasty 9 out of her diet, doing a little bit of detox, a little bit of acupuncture, she was able to heal. And she was very grateful because nobody was able to give her the answers that she needed in order to properly heal. So if you eliminate some of the foods that are on the Nasty 9 list, you can heal too. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the foods that are on the Nasty 9 list. But first, I really want to say that the real cause of almost all health conditions that I see in the clinic today are because of inflammation. And all of the foods on the Nasty 9 significantly contribute to inflammation in everybody. So the first food that's on the Nasty 9 list is wheat. Now, you may be thinking right away, I'm not sensitive or allergic to wheat. And what I'm very quick to tell people when they come to me in the clinic is this: I am absolutely convinced beyond words that everybody is at least sensitive to wheat, and some people, of course, are allergic to it. And here are some of the reasons why I believe that everybody is sensitive to wheat. Number one, wheat is a genetically altered food. And the thing that we've been taught about genetically altered foods is that they increase yields, they're going to save our planet, and they're very healthy and safe for everybody. Genetically modified foods are not safe for anybody. Number two, wheat has a protein found in it called gluten. And you've probably heard about people who are gluten sensitive, or lots of items in the food world that are coming out that are gluten free. Some people definitely react to the protein that's found in wheat, and they're sensitive to it. But the third reason why I think everybody has at least a sensitivity to wheat is because of the herbicide that is used specifically on genetically modified crops. And that herbicide is known as glyphosate. You can actually buy it in Lowe's. It's also known as Roundup. Now, Roundup is a chemical that is carcinogenic. Just recently, within this last year, in 2019, there was a man that was awarded for the first time in history with regards to glyphosate. He was awarded hundreds of millions of dollars in court because they proved that glyphosate was directly responsible for the cancer that this guy had gotten. And so the company that makes this is an agrochemical company known as Monsanto. And Monsanto really has one goal, like every other company, that they're just there to make money. But Monsanto goes a stretch further. They take food that nobody should be able to own, it should be free for everybody around the world. They genetically modify it so they can patent it. And when you patent something, you can say you own it. And then what they do is they literally try to monopolize food in the entire planet. Their goal is to control the global food supply. And when this guy was awarded that, their stock plummeted that day. And so don't be fooled that this food is healthy for you or this company Monsanto has your best interests at heart. Their goal is to simply control the food supply and make tons of money while they're doing it. 70% of your immune system is found within your gut, your digestive system. And so when you consume food, it's your immune system's job to identify whether there's a pathogen there or some kind of foreign substance that's not going to keep you healthy. And when you consume glyphosate, it either A, feeds pathogens that wreak havoc in the digestive system, or what it does is it sparks massive widespread inflammation. 70% of your immune system is found in your digestive tract. That means that when you consume foods, your immune system is supposed to protect you from pathogens like viruses and bacteria, and also foreign chemicals that aren't supposed to be there. When you consume glyphosate, and glyphosate is an herbicide that's designed to kill things, and when you consume that, it kills you as well, although in very, very trace amounts over long periods of time. Or I'm also convinced that what glyphosate does is it feeds pathogenic bacteria in the digestive system that cause all kinds of problems for you. And when you consume this, your body can have all kinds of sensitivity reactions like brain fog, fatigue, headaches, bloating, constipation, and all other kinds of different things. Your body literally can have over 70 different kinds of sensitivity reactions. So when you're consuming something like this, your body is literally reacting to these chemicals. And let's be real, wheat is found in absolutely everything today. Breads, pastas, pastries, cereals, bagels, English muffins, and all kinds of other different things. And if somebody was to tell me, well, hey, I only have a little bit every day, if you were just consuming one inflammatory thing per day, I might give you a pass on it, but wheat is just one of things that's found in a group of 9 foods called the nasty 9, and sometimes people are consuming all 9 of these every single solitary day. So if you really want to heal from your health issues or digestive issues of any kind, you have to cut out wheat completely. It is that awful for your health. And so if you want to heal, that's the first food on the nasty 9 that I would highly recommend for you to cut out completely. The second food found on the nasty 9 list is dairy. Yes, I am talking about dairy. We're talking about all products including cow's milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, and regular cheese. Dairy is one of the worst foods that you find in the modern day diet. Did you know that dairy is legally allowed to have acceptable levels of blood and pus in it? The cows are now fed genetically modified foods. They're not fed their native diet of grass. They're pumped full of growth hormones in order for them to be able to milk throughout much of their lifetime. And in order for them to do this, they're constantly exposed to getting infections, one thing called mastitis. And so they're pumped full of antibiotics constantly in order to deal with this infection. So dairy really is an awful, atrocious food, and that's why it makes the nasty 9 list. If you struggle with gas, bloating, constipation, or diarrhea, it is absolutely critical for you to completely avoid both dairy and wheat. I know a lot of people consume yogurt because they're told that it has probiotics and it's really healthy for them. Don't believe the hype. Dairy massively contributes to bacterial infections, and the probiotics found in yogurt do absolutely nothing. Some other interesting facts is that I'm very convinced that cow's milk given to children is the #1 cause of why they have ear, nose, and throat infections. And when I've advised people and parents to stop giving their kids cow's milk, I see significant reductions for that in them. Also, when people do cut out dairy and wheat completely, a lot of times, like 90% of the time, the gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and a lot of digestive issues really do disappear for people. So that's why dairy is on the nasty 9 list and contributes so extensively to digestive problems in the world today. The last food I want to talk about today that's on the nasty 9 list, it's really not a food, it's more of a substance. And that would be artificial sweeteners. So things like Splenda, aspartame, which is found in all diet drinks and a lot of diet products, Equal, Sweet and Low, and things of this nature. If you consume an artificial sweetener, and that's just what it is, it's artificial, it's a chemical, and it's not healthy for you at all. It's actually very neurotoxic. It literally destroys the brain. And so when people consume this, they actually think that they're doing a healthy thing because it doesn't have any calorie. But if you have something that's so acidic, like an artificial sweetener, your body has to use alkaline minerals such as calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium in order to neutralize the extreme acidity of these substances. And over time, it'll pull it out of your bones if you're not getting it enough in your diet. So that's why one of the reasons I think people have such low bone density today and they're having such intense bone problems is because of all of the diet stuff that's out there today. And I'm very convinced that these also contribute to lots of other chronic degenerative diseases. So if you consume that because you think that it's healthy for maintaining your weight, because your body has to use so many resources to compensate in order to keep your body healthy and balanced, in the long run, I'm very convinced that your artificial sweeteners will actually help you to gain weight. So that's why it's on the nasty 9 list, and I would completely avoid it if I were you. So wheat, dairy, and artificial sweeteners are 3 of the things that are found in the nasty 9 list. So if you want to lose weight If you want to decrease the inflammation and the pain and the discomfort, and you want to massively rise your energy levels and live a healthy lifestyle, these are the foods that you have to completely avoid. And I know that it's super tough to do this, but it's definitely possible. About a year ago, I decided to stop having all of these things completely, and I do not regret it for 1 second. I would never go back to having these foods because I feel so amazing now not having them. And if I can do it, I really believe that you can do it too. It doesn't take away from my life in any way, and I would rather be healthy than consume these things that really do contribute very extensively to digestive and other health problems. In the next video in this series, we're going to talk about the 2 food groups which hardly anybody consumes today. And these are the 2 food groups that will help you to massively lose weight, heal your digestive system, and feel better. So if you really want to heal and you really want to fix your digestion, it's super critical that you start adding more of these foods into your life. Before we wrap up this video, if you found it useful or helpful in any kind of way, please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate it. And again, I wanted to thank you so much for watching this video series with me. And also I wanted to encourage you to keep your eyes peeled because we're going to be releasing the next video, the last video in this series, in just a few days. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.